All right, man. Welcome back to another podcast, man. Vlog Gang Talking episode 45. Man, you already know it's your boy J Stu back in the building. Across from me, it's my boy T-Raw.
Gang. You already know what the going on, man.
And today, man, we have a special guest, Dr. E, man. You could call him Dr. Eric, but I call him Dr. E, man. You gave him a clap. Yeah, man. Today we're just chilling. We brought him in, and we're talking about self-care. Now, a lot of you guys know that I'm a personal trainer for J Defined, and before I even decided to seriously embark on my journey of personal training, I went through a phase where I was seriously injured, and I came back, and I was kind of, on the fence. Like, this guy knew me before I was active, and like now I wasn't even active at all, and I ended up going to see Dr. Eric. Our fate brought us together, I like to say, man, because really, I knew we knew each other through a doctor, you know what I'm saying? And then through his practice, I met you, who you were doing physical therapy for his practice. And honestly, you helped change my way of thinking about even training, right? Today, the same leg that was shaky and I couldn't even stand on, like I couldn't balance on one leg. Now, I don't even remember sometimes that I was even injured in the first place because, I built up that strength. So, this is the guy who got me back rehabilitated, Dr. Eric. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, so thank you for having me on here, Jordan.
Yeah.
I definitely remember when you came into my office and you were definitely a little down, injured. But my little background about myself. I grew up in Philly, made the move to Florida about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So I got like about 7 years of my physical therapy career going now. And I feel like I really gained a lot of knowledge. And I think that's why you brought me on here, trying to share some of the wisdom. Guys like you really resonate with me, coming in, eager to get better. And, hopefully we get into that like psychological portion of it, because just like you said, when you get banged up, you really get that emotional hit.
Yeah, that emotional hit, and it kind of like scars you. Because a lot of us don't like to acknowledge that, we can have physical traumas. We can have traumas through
absolutely.
experiences that we have. And like we try to shield ourselves by thinking, all right, it's not that, I'm going to move on. And, like some people find other ways to cope. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I was just, in my heart, you just want to get better.
Absolutely.
And I wasn't ready to give up playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to the league. We all know this. But this is like my outlet for fun, stress, just having a good time. And so just to be able to know that you could come in and just like, you diagnose the problem. That was the first thing for me, was you noticed the angle. Like you said it was a J sign?
J sign, yeah. So basically, it's basically just like I guess like the medical term is male tracking of that patella. Yeah. But just in like layman's terms, it's just that patella isn't tracking straight. I mean, just like with everything, you want things moving up and down.
Yeah, straight.
So when that patella isn't moving right, a lot of guys like yourself, they get jumper's knee. So basically, it's almost very similar to patellofemoral syndrome, where either it's essentially just some inflammation over that tendon, or other times you kind of get off in the tracking, and that could be like a hip issue where you don't have enough strength up there. So for you were just having that off track. So we really had to revisit everything. We had to take a look at the hips, strengthen the hips, stabilize the knees. I mean, you did well, but you were a motivated client.
Yeah, I was obsessed. I came in like 4 days a week, 5 days a week.
But that's really the drive if you want to get back quick. I mean, I don't think I have to tell you or anyone out there, if I have a motivated client versus someone who's just like, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get better.
And then they allow that sometimes, they get down. Because we all have bad days, right?
Absolutely.
And sometimes people think that shit is just going to happen overnight. We have overnight syndrome, I feel like, as human beings. We expect shit to just happen very quickly. If not the next day, by the end of this week, I should be up and running.
Yeah, that's just
You
not
know?
gonna happen.
True enough.
Yeah.
That's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. And I was willing to embrace the process, knowing that sometimes I'm gonna have more pain than other days. But you know, eventually it's gonna reach a point where it's gonna get used to it, and then it won't be as painful anymore. And so I already had that mindset because you see me, I'm an obsessive guy. Like everything I do, I
When
give it
I first
110.
met Jordan, hold on. You want to talk about obsessive guy? He's like, yo, I woke up at like 3:45 this morning. I'm like, what'd you do at 3:45? Oh, I went to the beach, I ran, I did my stretches. I'm like, all right. I mean, like that's great. That's like next level. I could barely wake up at 7 a.m. This man's waking up at 3:45.
Yeah.
But I respected that. I respected that, and that's honestly one of the reasons that kind of drew me towards you when we eventually started working out, hitting legs.
Yeah.
And you know, I respected the drive. Honestly, I took a little inspiration off that because I hate waking up early, but you know, I've been trying to better myself every day. You know, no stagnate. You know, you don't want to get stagnant. If you're not self-improving, even it doesn't matter what. I mean, I doesn't matter if it's drinking more water, trying to get the vitamins in, waking up early, whatever you got, whatever you think is better yourself. I'm a huge advocate of, and I'm a huge advocate of small changes. I can't tell you how many times where I had clients come in, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna start doing 4 a.m. training. This 2 weeks later they're gone. They had a little bit of pain, a little bit of soreness, they're tired, and they drop off. And I'm like, start slow.
Yeah.
Change
Because
one little thing.
You'll burn out.
You'll burn out. And if you change one small thing and it actually lasts forever, then that's true change.
Yeah.
Versus these quick quick fixes. So I'm all my clients, whether it's my private clients or in-office clients, I'm telling them, start small.
Yeah.
Start small and then get to that step. And then you start.
You know, as we're on this topic, I'm going to enlighten a lot of people because I've been going through a serious change this year myself. Because I'm not going to lie, I had a serious drop off. What enabled me in order to be that person who got up at 4 a.m. in the morning was being motivated for basketball and working out and stuff like that. And meditating went a long way. Honestly, when I got up, the hardest part was wanting to get up and get out of bed. But I realized if I took that 10 minutes to focus on breathing and not going back to sleep, but consciously thinking about why am I doing this? And I breathed the whole way and I just set a timer for 10 minutes. It made it easier for me to get up because now I know I'm getting up because this is what I'm here to do. This is why I'm getting up. That's the purpose behind this. So it makes it less of a time waster. Because if you get up and you force yourself to get up, but you hate the fact that you're getting up, you're going to waste time. I don't care who you are and what you say you do. But if you're getting up and you hate what you're doing, you never will get the most out of it.
Well, hold up. Let's just, I'm going to throw this in there because in the beginning, for someone like me, I don't like getting up in the morning. It's going to be difficult. You're not going to like it. Hold up.
Facts.
And especially if you start saying, I'm going to start running. I've never seen anyone run with a smile on their face. I'll be real. All right. Let's be real. So the point I'm trying to make is, even if you don't genuinely, like, yes, it's nice to have an interest in it, but just like you said, you got to have the purpose. What is the purpose? If you have a purpose on your the end goal, and why am I getting up? Why am I meditating at 4 in the morning? Why am I going this run? If you understand why and the actual purpose, that's going to go a long way because I'm telling you, you're not just going to wake up one day and be like, yo, I just meditated 4 minutes and I ran 30 minutes and then consistently do that. I mean,
no. But you were right though, the small changes, because that's where it started with me meditating. Like I would get up at 4 and then I would hate myself because I'd fall back to sleep inevitably.
Because you failed through, and not failed, but you had a hiccup 3 days later. And a lot of people aren't like, oh man, not this week. And they'll just, I'm off the rest of the week. Let me try again on Monday.
Exactly. Yeah. But it started with that one change. I said, all right, let me just try to meditate. Let me consciously keep myself awake.
Right.
And then once it was that small change made it consistent where no matter what, I got up at 4:15 because I would wake up at 4 o'clock, sit there for 10 minutes. Then I'd say, all right, I have no choice but to get up because now I'm awake. I've consciously stayed awake. So I get up, I get out of bed, and then it became a consistent thing. Before I knew it, I didn't even think about it. I was just up at 4 o'clock,
Right.
naturally hopping out of bed, getting ready to stretch, go work out. And to be honest, those things go a long way because, like me and you always talk about, it makes your day more productive.
No, 100%.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
100%.
Yeah.
Whether you are waking up for, listen, I mean, it doesn't have to be running. It doesn't have to be meditating. I don't know what your thing is. You want to wake up and say some words to God. You want to do something physical. It doesn't matter if it's a mental, spiritual, physical. But if you're waking up and you start your day positive, I guarantee you're going to have a better day for it.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Hold on, though. So while we on this topic, do you think mental health is just as important or better than physical health?
That's a really good question, and I'm gonna put it like this. I think physical strength or physical health is probably the bottom pillar, and the only reason I say that is because with mental health. I mean, yes. I mean, you know what? That's the thing. Like, it can go either way. Because if you have poor mental health, you're not going to get up. But if you are physically unable and not willing, not strong enough, whatever it is, then that could also be the pillar that collapses.
Yeah.
So, like, for a guy like me who's a little farther along, I mean, I don't know. I like to think like strength is more important as a pillar. But then you can ask someone else, and it might be a different thing because people are going through different things. So I guess the best answer is it depends on who we're talking about as the individual.
Yeah.
Right.
Because, man, if you don't have mental health, I mean, listen, I got personal family who's going through mental health, and I've seen it firsthand how bad it could be.
Yeah.
And then I see him, and he's still able to kind of get through his day, but he's struggling.
Yeah.
And that's affecting him getting into any type of fitness routine. And then on the other hand, you have people who are not as strong physically, and they just don't want to do it because they can't get through the pain and or the soreness they might be feeling. So I feel like they just go hand in hand because if you can mentally fortify yourself and understand you're going to have a little discomfort those first 2 weeks of training, then you might be able to get through it. So I feel like that's a really good question, and it really depends on the individual.
It depends on the individual because of how we all grown up. You know, like some people, they weren't raised with that mindset to have mental fortitude. The good thing that we all have is that we have books. You know, like there's How to Be a Winner, and there's like different books you can read that I know for a fact teaches you those little small disciplines that you need to have.
Right.
But a lot of people aren't even going to take that effort.
What book did you like? Throw it out there.
My favorite books
On like, for if you got a recommendation for someone out there.
The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I read it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta add that to the list.
Yeah, I read that back in 2015, and it changed my whole perspective because I used to give too much value into what people think.
Oh yeah,
You know, and that can hold you back, like without you even knowing it. And to be honest, I used to use it in a way to fuel me. Like if I was playing basketball, like just you doubting me would make me play more aggressive, more. But at the same time, that's like an open book. If anybody knows they can trigger you by like talking shit, then everybody's gonna do it, and then you're just gonna burn yourself out and look like an idiot at the end of the day. So it's like, all right, I need to relax and start looking within. Like, why is it that I put so much value into little stuff like that? And the book really breaks it down for you, you know, and really tells you like how society has kind of grafted our minds to value what people think when really it doesn't matter. You think about the internet, like a lot of us are so concerned about our personal image. Like, oh no, I can't come on the internet looking this way because they'll clown me.
Right.
Or they'll screen cap it and make it something that it's not, you know?
Right.
So it's like, at the end of the day, I don't care. We all know that people lie. So I'm the one that knows the truth, and I have to act on that truth. And that's it.
I respect that. Yeah, I think culture and upbringing definitely has a lot to do with it. I mean, like I said, I grew up like in Philadelphia. So I mean, growing up over there, I would just say, just in a whole, is a lot different than Florida. just I don't know. I also
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, how did the Philly kid just come to decide to become a physical?
well, listen, my
therapist?
parents were immigrants, and they didn't really have a
Yeah.
choice on where they went. And the first place they went is Philadelphia. And I got
Where they
Philly is
from?
always number one in my heart.
Where are they from?
From Russia.
Oh yeah.
Russos.
Yeah.
So I'm first generation, and so I was built on the backbone of if you work hard and you get educated, or just if you just work hard,
Yeah.
because times are different now. Now you just gotta work hard.
Yeah.
But I grew up on that. You give it 100%, and they live off that American dream type thing. And,
Yeah,
and I
exactly.
respected that. So it was all you work and you'll get it. You work and you'll get it.
This man is a living GTA 4 right now.
And no, but that's what I grew up on over there. And how I grew up in like the neighborhoods around that area. I mean, I went to Temple. It's in North Philadelphia. If anyone is familiar with that area, it's definitely not the safest at times. So you learn, and same thing when I went to grad school.
Yeah, and Philly's a pretty tough city.
It is, but it's all about just having common sense and not not being stupid. You got to respect
the culture,
culture, the area. It's a very diverse. You got all different. Everything you name it, all across. Everyone's there. It's a city. It's urban.
One thing I've always found cool about you is like, and this is no attack on. I don't look at race or really like. I laugh about race. Really, most of the time I make jokes. But one thing I will do notice about a lot of Caucasians is that they make it too much about black and white, and it almost, you could sense that energy. When people think things, you can sense it.
Right.
And one thing, like from the first day I've ever met him, it's just like it brought me back to when I'm a kid in Jamaica. When I'm a kid in Jamaica, we meet Caucasians. They're not like, oh, they don't try to like be racist towards us. They're always loving and hype. They're just loving our culture and they love to meet us. So it just brought me back to that same kind of energy when I met you. And so for me, I don't look at race because the way how we were brought up, we didn't look at race. From my island, we don't look at race. We look at people. We have more of a classism problem down there. Money, rule is king down there, and colorism as well, because if you're black, the darker you are, the more or less lower your class should be. I mean, obviously that type of mentality did come from, slavery and all that other stuff. But not to get off topic, it was how it basically made me and you build that rapport.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, like some people, like, it's kind of fake and it's not like genuine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, when it comes down to it,
and that's how I could tell you came from a city.
No, but even besides that, like it just comes down to general respect from person to person. Like I'm like talking about that book, The Subtle Art of Whatever, Not Giving or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have a respect. Like I genuinely like if you come in here and you have a problem with me, cool, that's your problem. And if you don't, cool. And that's what it comes down to. If we have a mutual respect, whether it's a client, a friend, a patient, we're gonna respect each other.
Yeah.
Girl, boy, white, this, that, doesn't matter. But it comes down to respect.
It comes down to respect.
That's how I feel on that.
Yeah, you
topic.
treat people how you want to be treated.
Listen, if you come in here and you start this, and I feel some sort of disrespect, then you're probably gonna get some disrespect back. I mean, I'll try not to. I'll try to be professional, but everyone has their point, Listen, I'm telling you, I'll be real. I mean, we're all human beings.
Right.
Yeah. I know, but I would expect that coming from Philly, you would have a little bit of, aggressiveness to you.
Just a little bit. In a good way, though, because I mean, I don't want to get like in the home. I mean, we can, but like, I think as a just a male figure in this day and age, you have to have a little piss and vinegar. I mean, you got it. Like, I don't know what I mean. You just can't be
a
passive.
pushover.
You can't be passive. Like and it all comes back to just respect the guy next to you. What is it? Thou shalt love their neighbor like their brother. And I'm a high believer of that as well. Obviously, I believe in God. And I think that's also a big part of self-care. You gotta, I mean,
you have to have faith in something.
You gotta have faith in something. I mean, listen,
that renews your mind.
Right. And I mean, this is just my opinion, but if you don't have a belief in something, I think you're just a little lost. And I think that you need to like somehow get yourself back on track. I really do. That's just how I feel on that topic. Some people may agree, some people may not.
So, do you feel like, and it's still a part of self-care, but it's a more wider and kind of a little bit off topic.
We'll talk about
But it's, do you think that human beings have a need to worship something higher than themselves?
I think they need to have a belief that there is a greater power.
Okay. For me, I believe in God,
So God being greater power.
Yeah,
higher
God
power.
being the greater power, but some people have a God that is really Satan. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go too far deep into like those topics.
Right.
But what I'm trying to say is like, I feel like we place too much value on religion as a whole. And sometimes it's just about respect, love and respect. Because religion, if you think about it, religion has caused a lot of wars throughout the dawn of time. I will not agree with what you believe in. Some people believe in their God themselves.
Right.
Some people believe this is heaven. We all know this is far from the case. We all know this far from the case because all the shit that goes on. Yeah. Some people believe this is hell.
Right.
And we listen to music that promotes demon energy.
That's taking it the next step. I'm not even talking about the religion. I'm not talking. I'm just saying you should.
But is it really a part of self-care? I wanted to open this door because you said
yes. Let me tell you why.
Uh-huh.
I believe self-care has multiple pillars: body, mind, and spirit. All right.
Yeah.
Body, physical, mind, mental, spirit is whether it's your faith or believe in whatever you believe in.
But what if spirit is more like being in tune with yourself?
That's meditation. That's in that category.
Yeah.
I'm not putting the blank thing like if you don't believe in God, like that's no. But you have to have some sort of whether it's like a meditation, whether it's whatever you want to believe.
Okay.
But you gotta have something.
I see what you're saying.
It just completes the circle.
It completes the circle. Yeah.
Like they say, stand for something or
die for nothing.
Anything.
Yeah. Stand for something. Stand on something or fall for anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess on that, yeah, maybe it's not the biggest part of it, but I think it's definitely in that circle of body, mind, spirit. Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you have a client, let's say you meet a client and he suffered a serious injury.
Sure.
Messed up his shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And he's down about it. He does work where he uses his arms a lot. He's pushing stuff a lot every day. And he's making good money. So
physical labor.
Yeah, physical labor.
Okay.
So now he's down. He's depressed.
Yeah.
Because he can't work. The type of job he's making, it's contracting work. So if he can't work, there's no benefits. There's no health benefits. Nothing to kind of keep his pay going. So he's down. He doesn't believe in God. Like, he comes to you now. Like, are you even stepping those boundaries into his life? Are you talking to him about the faith?
In a professional setting? I'm not bringing that up. Yeah. What I am bringing up is the physical portion of his injury. And listen, I'm a huge believer in the. I mean, listen, it's I'm not a believer in it because there's science behind it, but there is a psychological component to an injury. I mean, just like you said, you're a man, you're a provider, you're a hard labor worker, you're a blue collar worker, you're whatever type of worker, and you get injured, and all of a sudden you can't provide for your family, you can't do anything. Your wife's taking care of you, your kids are running about, and it's getting wild.
Yeah.
Of course, you're not going to be the happiest person during that time. So I will let them know, like, listen, there is this component to it. You should be aware of it, understand that it's happening. And just be aware. This is a part of the cycle. You're gonna have ups and downs, especially during a rehabilitation of your shoulder. I mean that's not a fun time.
Yeah,
that's a tough joint. It's a tough joint. I mean, I'm not gonna get too deep into science, but
good. That's the whole point of this.
Go ahead. I mean, all right.
Yeah.
So any shoulder injury is gonna be a little more difficult than, let's say, a knee. Why?
Yeah.
Because the shoulder is a ball and socket joint. So if you have your humerus over here. And then you have your cuff, and essentially all that motion, you got 180 degrees in any direction. And then
Yeah.
your knee, what? It bends up and down. That's
Yeah.
all it's got.
Yeah.
Maybe a little rotation, but mainly, I mean, it's just a straightforward joint.
Straightforward, yeah.
So
Back
with
and
all
forth.
that added stability, or instability, I should say, and then having all those small muscles, because if you compare any muscle in your shoulder to any muscle in your knee, it's a big difference, right? It's a lot smaller muscles.
Yeah.
So smaller muscles, a lot more movement, more instability. So it's not an easy injury to get over. But how would I adjust that guy when he comes in? At first, I just kind of tell him the breakdown of, this is, you're gonna get through this. You just got to keep a good mindset, number one, and number two, you just got to follow the program and the protocol. And if they do that and they keep that positive mindset, they're gonna get through it. It's that simple. They'll be back at work.
Yeah.
Temporary.
Yeah. I mean,
Nothing lasts forever. No injury should last forever.
No injury. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it felt like mine lasted longer than it should, but I felt like at times it was just due to, like you said, the mindset.
I'll put a side note on it. There are some injuries that last forever, but most that I deal with in outpatient orthopedics.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying mine shouldn't have lasted that long. Because, I mean, we worked it for, I don't know, it was like 8 months?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, around 8 months. And
you stuck around a little longer than that. I feel like we definitely wanted to kind of really get that maintenance program in with you. We could have definitely let you go earlier, but we were having fun. No?
Yeah, we were having a lot of fun. I came in, we were shooting videos and shit.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
And you had good insurance at the time, so we didn't have to worry about, any payments, things like that.
Exactly, yeah.
But it was an enjoyable hour at the office for sure.
Exactly. We used to throw tennis balls while I'm balancing on the Bosu.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I love having clients that are higher level that I can have fun with. Whether getting people into basketball, baseball. We pull the gloves out, we go in the back and we start tossing. I mean,
exactly.
If you're rehabbing for a sport, you got.
That's what I was going to bring into
sports specific.
Yeah, that's the difference between training athletes, rehabilitating athletes versus a civilian, right? Like when you're rehabilitating athletes, there's more intricacies to rehabilitating them because they're going back to certain motions, right?
No, absolutely. I mean, listen, whether it is a normal everyday individual or like the football guy or the baseball guy or the basketball guy get back in, we're training them to do whatever they like to do. Yeah. So if that everyday person likes to go out and they're a pickleball person, we're gonna make sure that they have that motion. They're gonna make sure they have that shoulder, elbow, wrist, everything. And then for you, you with the knee injury going back, so we want to get you sports specific. We know that you like to try and get to that dunking, back to all that shooting.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, you got to be able to jump one leg. So if you're jumping one leg, you got to be able to bounce on any surface. And if I throw you off balance, you got to be good. So I really have a fun time with the athletes. I mean, it really makes my job a lot more enjoyable.
That being said, how often do you get to work with athletes?
Honestly, we get a lot of high school athletes, so it's definitely every week for sure. Yeah. Higher level athletes come in. We just had an athlete from Colgate. He's a running back, actually Dr. Henry's son.
Oh, okay.
Jaden.
Yeah.
And he's a running back. He's dealing with an ankle injury. I mean, he's trying to go all the way. I mean, he's putting in that effort. So when I get a guy like him, I can push him hard. I get the heavy kettlebells out. I don't usually have to break out anything over 20 pounds with him. I can go all the way to 40, 60, no problem. And kettlebells I've been using that a lot lately. It's great. But we get them often.
Yeah, that's lit. I mean, to be honest with you, I just remember all the times that we sat in there and it felt like we were just having fun. Like we were making up different workouts, different things that we could do. And to be honest, now that I'm out of it and I haven't done some of those exercises, I realize how much crazy balance I had. Crazy balance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, compared to what I have now. Now I'm actually kind of I'm trying to get back into that.
And you know what? Just to throw this out there, speaking of any athletes or anyone who has an injury, so I started a company about 3 years ago. Just to give a little background on my past. Yes, I did grow up in Philadelphia, but I went to Temple University. I got my kinesiology degree. After that, I went to this graduate program to get my doctorate called University of Sciences of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Once I saved up enough money, I came over to Florida because I was done with the cold. I'll be real.
The cold.
I was done with the cold. I packed up my GTI.
You
I
had enough of the Philly cheesesteaks too?
I'll never get enough of that.
Oh man.
But I remember the day. I mean, I remember pulling out of the driveway.
Bro, you got to treat us to one of those on the next trip.
Okay.
Yeah. We're coming with you.
You need to. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Run up the rocky steps.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to. And then we had to play the music in the background.
But yeah, I mean, it's been like
Go ahead,
6-7 years now since I've been down here. First 3 years was just getting my feet wet. Now I'm starting this concierge physical therapy service, so it's highly private. We either meet at a semi-private gym, or I come over to your house, and we have a full session. I mean, so if anyone wants to check me out, I'm at everythingpt.com. So this is what the website looks like. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but everythingpt.com.
Yeah, we're gonna bring it up on the.
Oh yeah, appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, listen, it's just it's a word of mouth system. I don't do a lot of I'm not like huge into social media. I'm trying to break through into that eventually.
Me and him are just alike. We can't never stay consistent on that social media.
But no, one day, I mean, listen, right now referrals are the best. What I'm finding out, referrals are working out just fine. So we're slowly making our way.
Yeah.
Still got the office job.
You just got to get comfortable with it.
Exactly.
And you see, this was a big step. You're here.
This is the first step for me, yes.
And you're talking, and you're just, that's what it's all about. Social media is just talking your shit. What you got going on, and why you're doing this, and the people who support it, like me. I know this dude is a great physical therapist because, like I'm saying,
I appreciate that.
I'm here.
But listen, I'll tell you the main reason why I decided to go this private route. I mean, you've seen it yourself with dealing with insurance and everything. Insurance is horrible. It doesn't cover anything. You don't get the treatment you want. With this, I'm not dictating your care off what the insurance says. If I think you need a laser treatment, then we're gonna do a laser treatment. If we need to bring out the Normatec compression boots, we're gonna do that. If we need to get the Graston scraping tools, we're gonna do that. And it's all included in the packages that I make. So anyone out there who really needs, a one-on-one therapist who really cares and actually wants you to get better, you can absolutely look me up. Everything Physical Therapy. You can Google it or online. Well, I'm sure you guys will put a post in for me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. So a lot of he's saying a lot of great things, guys, because right now, like, a lot of people take themselves for granted. They'll, like, I see it all the time on the basketball court. We see it on the court. People will just fall, hurt themselves, and I'm gonna go home and sleep it off.
Yeah.
Sleeping it off is not enough.
Sleep it off, walk it off.
It's not enough, bro.
Put some ice on it.
You see, when you're 40 and you're wondering why you're gonna need a replacement hip, that's why. It's because you slept it off too much. You know what I'm saying? And so you can do simple things like we did a lot of glute bridges, and they're just exercise you could do. What was it, hamstring raises? Like we're laying down.
I mean, honestly, that you just keep it to the basics. I mean, if you're just going in and you're taking care of your body, whether it is making sure that because a lot of people think like I went on the basketball court and that was my workout and that's what I do, which is fine. You get your cardio, but you really need to get in there and get isolated. That's what I'm talking about with the hamstring action, because that's always underutilized and very tight. The hips are always weak. Oh, nobody does hips. Look, how many guys you see in the gym work on hips? No, they go deadlifts, they do squats, they do calf raises, they do leg press.
Squats are almost like working on.
No. See, that's what I'm saying. Not squat is a front to back, is a up and down.
Up and down.
It's front back motion. There's no side to side.
Yeah,
you may get some hips in there.
That's why I do a lot of glute raises. I do glute raises.
Even that, you're getting the back, which is good because a lot of people will neglect that. Yeah. But I'm talking those lateral motions, those lunges to the side. There's those multi-hip machines. No, if the gym has it, it's one. Nobody's using it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, you know, these guys out there, they don't want to get on that, you know, the good girl, bad girl machine where they're opening and closing their legs. Let's be real. I've talked to so many guys who...
They look at it and be like, oh,
they say,
you
what?
gotta go on this shit?
I'm telling you, they don't want to do it because, you know why? Because ego. Because they say, I'm not going to get on that woman's machine. But listen, you want to have stable hips, you want to avoid injury, you better get on that machine. You better get on that machine, open them legs, close the legs, because that's what it is. Listen.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way.
Boy, no way, man.
If you don't like it, do some side lunges.
No, but I get it. Facts. Like, you don't need to care about, but it goes back to what we were saying, not giving a fuck what people think.
Listen.
And I'm one of those people who y'all boys have seen me gut on that shit. I don't care. You know, at the end of the day, it's an exercise.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you sitting here looking at me and watching me do it, maybe we got a different kind of problem going on. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you got to take care of yourself and not care about how people are going to perceive you. If you're going to have the little bands, the hip bands, and you get on the ground and do the clamp raises, do them. Who cares if people are looking at you? Who cares if people want to make a joke? At the end of the day, when they need to replace their hip, you be the one with the last laugh.
Right.
You feel me? So,
Absolutely. 100.
exactly. So it goes back to the art of self-care.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to plug, Doc?
Listen, I mean, just to kind of, I guess, bring in like some overall things. Because listen, I guess if you want like my real opinion in terms of self-care, there's some real basics that you just gotta be hitting.
Yeah.
And I'm not. This isn't like groundbreaking. This isn't something you never heard before. But if you're not doing it, you should definitely add it in. I mean, first thing I always ask my patients: number one, are you drinking water? Simple, right? You gotta any male 18 and up. I mean, you know, things change in terms of recommendations, but it's 2 liters a day.
Yeah,
It's 2 liters a day, 64 ounces, 8 cups. Get that in. Your body is gonna love you for it. You're gonna sleep better. You'll be clearer. It's just gonna help keep everything moving.
Exactly.
Water is life.
Water is life. It keeps you regular. That's what he said.
Number 2, and this is right up there with water. I mean, sleep.
Oh yeah.
Guys coming out saying, "Oh, I was watching Netflix. I was playing PlayStation till 3 in the morning. I had to get up from work."
That shirt say right there? Sleepless. Sleepless.
I was just about to say, hey, shout out to my guy Richard, man.
Shout out to
from
Sleepless Apparel.
Sleepless Apparel. Episode, what was it? Episode 4? They was on the early version of our podcast, man. Shout out to them. But they got me with the shirt right now about being sleepless. Listen, sometimes you have to pick and choose your battles. If you know that today you gotta get this timeline done, shit, sacrifice a little bit of sleep. But guess what? Catch back up on it. So it's all about picking and choosing. Don't try to say, nah, oh Jordan, we caught you. No, you didn't catch shit. I will sleep when the job is done. You feel me? That's how it goes.
Sacrifices need to be made.
Exactly.
I hear you, but catch up on that sleep.
Yeah, I catch up on that sleep. Like, usually Sunday is my day, where I don't really do nothing and I just chill all day. Yeah.
And then going into the next one, so we got water, we got sleep, and then I'm sure, you know, again, talking about this isn't the first time you heard it, but, you know, when you're actually trying to get in shape, people always say it's 80% diet, 20% working out. I don't know if those numbers are real. I don't know if I can attest to that, but I will say there's a large portion of it that needs to be diet. I mean, just like you said earlier before we came on here, everyone's got their guilty pleasures, but, you know, you got to have that fine line. You got to be getting in the basics. You got to get in that protein. You got to get in some greens. I mean, it's real logical. Everyone knows when they wake up in the morning, like, all right, I can go to Mickey D's and get this. What is it? It's basically egg and cheese, or, you know, let me keep it chill. Let me have some oatmeal. Let me just have some eggs and bacon at the house. But that's the choices you need to make.
Yeah.
Choice you need to make. Nutrition is everything.
I mean, in my opinion, it's really 40, 30, 30. So
break it down.
40% working out.
Okay.
30% what you eat, 30% how you sleep. You get it's rest, right? That's what will give you the body. Because at the end of the day, you got to work out.
Right.
Nothing changes without you working out. That's how you activate the muscle fibers. Then what you eat, because I'm living proof of that. I can gain weight and then shed it super fast just by literally staying. I can stay consistent within like a week, 2 weeks, and before I know it, I look like I'm back down to 16% body fat. You know what I'm saying? And it's just because I know how to eat a clean diet. And, you know, age is also a factor. That's why I don't like to play around with it too much.
I don't know,
Because I feel like
I'm gonna go against the grain on that one. I don't think age is as much as a factor as people make it out to be.
you don't think
I
so?
really don't. I think if you're doing those three things, I don't care if you're 95 or 16. You may, yes, there may be a little bit of difference that, you know, that 15-year-old might be able to get there in half
Faster,
the time.
yeah, half the time.
Listen, I'm one of those guys. I mean, I see
The thing about staying consistent is harder the longer it takes, though. That's the problem.
I feel that, but
Yeah.
I've seen old heads, and they'll make a run for your money. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
don't doubt them.
Yeah. I know. I know. Listen, I challenged this man to get back 6-pack abs. And we were halfway there. Literally, half his stomach was a 6-pack.
Literally.
And I was like, hey, man, let's go. Working out with me, he had half a 6-pack abs. So I was like, man, we almost had it.
I gotta
we
get
just
back home,
failed to stay consistent.
And that's honestly one of the hardest things to do for me in the gym is abs, because I'll go in there. I mean, it's so easy to just go in there, do your routine, and then, you know, forget abs at the end.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the important thing, though. Like, we gotta stay consistent, and if you have a goal, try to. Eating is the very important part of abs.
Right.
That's the 80% when it comes to the abs. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because the abs, like, they can't show if you don't eat clean. Because it's about keeping your body fat low. You know, so you can have the muscle under there, but if you have fat, you drink beer. I've taken up this bad habit of drinking beer lately. I probably just need to stop. Like, now, like, I can feel it, man. Like, I don't want to end up having that big old belly that's hard to get down. You feel me? So it's like, you got to just eat clean. Or not to say you can't drink liquor, but you can drink wine. Mm-hmm. Wine is less harmful to your abs than drinking beer. Or you just gotta picking better choices.
So why not just drink a shot of vodka then, or a shot of whatever you like to drink? Is that better?
A shot of vodka?
Well, yeah, because isn't that like the least amount of calories possible?
Yeah, but
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, I know, but me personally, I just don't like the white.
It's all preference.
Dark is gonna make you put on weight.
Oh, is that right?
Sugar.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but the white, you could drink that and not. You can actually burn weight drinking white.
Is that right?
Because it's like gas. It's like gasoline. You know? And you come from Russia. I know they used to carry that shit where they drink that shit to keep them warm.
You already know. You already know.
Yeah, man. So, that's just my preference, though. But, like, just like we said, eating clean that's a huge part of it. Knowing what you should eat and how you should eat. And sometimes too much of things is not good. Like if you eat too much fruits. Like eating too much fruits is actually counter to losing weight, because now you're putting too much sugar in your system. So it's just about having the right balance, guys. Knowing that, all right, instead of eating artificial foods with sugars in them, you know, like I'm going to eat real sugars, but I'm going to eat a portioned amount. Like me, my go-to strawberries, mangoes. Feel me? Sometimes I put them in a smoothie, because that goes a long way than me going to the store and taking up a bottled drink.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much sugar they put in that shit. So that's how you gotta have to think. Like, I can see how much sugar I'm putting into my body versus taking up a product in a store where it's made in a factory and you don't know how much sugar they put into it. You know, so you got to have that mindset where you want to control what you're consuming. and to visualize and see. That way you're more accountable. You know, you try to leave less of the unknowns out there. That's how I've always thought about it.
So I got just 2 more on to make it complete.
Yeah.
So we got the sleep, we got the water, we got the nutrition. One we'll just kind of skim over because everyone knows. I mean, you got to have your physical fitness. We already know that. That's obvious.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give you one that's a little more controversial. That this is just a personal belief of mine. So I believe that, you know, and I know a lot of guys out there gonna be like, nah. But everyone out there wants to hustle. They want to grind. They want to work. I mean, we're all trying to get it, and I respect it all. But I think the problem that we are all having, especially as men, trying to like make that, is we're going a little too hard.
You're going a little too hard.
No, and let me explain, because, you know, like for me, you know, I'm guilty of. We're all guilty of it. I got my main job. I got my side hustle. I got this side hustle. We got the wife. I got this. I got so much going on. But if you don't take time to step away from it all, whether it's whatever that looks like for you, a vacation, maybe even if it's just a couple hours, that this is my block where I'm just zenned out. No one's gonna, you know, phone's off, everything's off. If you don't have that time to just like let that recharge, you are gonna inevitably just build up terrible stress levels. You know, that cortisol, all that crap, you know, all those bad hormones are gonna start building up, and that will just end up being detrimental to your health. I mean, if you were overworked, underslept, malnourished, all that adds up.
I agree with that. And, you know, just to shout out a regular YouTube channel out there, I watched a video by a channel called Aperture. And I like to look at these things about life, right? And it was the big thing he was trying to bring across in this video is that we don't allow ourselves to be bored. You just said how turn off the phones and allow yourself to be, you know, zenned out from the world. You're basically your me time. But a lot of people, they would rather talk to somebody they hate than spend time by themselves.
Right.
Some people have such a problem with just being around themselves, and I think I have the opposite problem. I love being around myself so much, I have to force myself to be around other people. Like, because sometimes, like, you know, it can feel a little stressful. Like, you know, like talking to people and always trying to be in a upbeat mood, because if you're like in a laid back, chill mood, sometimes people don't really like to see that. Sometimes people don't really like that vibe. They want somebody who's high energy. They want somebody who's gonna, you know, be upbeat, talking, you know, like telling jokes, just talking something positive and uplifting all the time. And I know that about people, and people have in the past loved me for those reasons. But once I take that away and I see that, you know, they don't really value me outside of that, I started to realize that, you know, I need to take a step back and think about me. How can I be putting all these positive thoughts for other people, but I don't leave enough for myself? Because the moment I don't do this for you, you don't care. Like, now that I'm in a down mood, you don't really ask me, hey, what's going on, Jordan? You usually da-da-da. No, you don't take that time. So I have to take the time to do that for myself. And fuck if I got the energy to give it to you now, because I'd rather look out for me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And make sure that I have enough energy to give 100 to everything that I need to give 100 to. You get what I'm saying?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm opposite. I mean, because I like, you know, you said you like being like, you know, having that alone time. And I honestly, I'm the opposite. I like.
You like interacting with people.
Yeah. I mean,
I can feel it. I can feel that, because I used to have that same conflict, like where I will sit down and I'll be by myself and I say, I wonder what this dude got going on right now. I should probably hit him up. And, you know what I'm saying? And then I started to realize at the end of the day, like, nah, but then what do I have going on? Mm-hmm. You know, and this dude knows I took a big step this year when I put up this giant whiteboard by my door. Like, now I write down my goals every day. Like, I don't have time to think about calling this person and texting this person, what this person got going on. Because I have a huge list of checklists of shit that I got to check off each week. Mm-hmm. I have the weekly, then I have the daily. and then I have things I have to work on every month,
Mm-hmm.
and I put them in that order.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, like, when you work like that, you won't have time to worry about what everybody got going on. You know that there are things that you got to check off in your own life. You know, so
I respect that.
that's the art of self-care.
Okay,
right there.
baby.
Yeah. Yeah, man. This was a great talk, man.
It was.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. You got any questions you want to add in? Any last pointers?
No, truthfully, I think y'all answered all my questions just by
Just talking.
just talking.
Yeah. That's how it goes, man. All right, man. So that was Dr. Eric of Everything PT. You know what I'm
Check me
saying?
out.
Check him out. We're going to put the link up, man, and you guys go ahead and tap into what he's got going on. And yeah, that's
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Vlog Gang Talking, episode 45, man.
We out. Reaction time.
Reaction time. Man, welcome back to another one, man. Vlog Gang Reaction time. As you see, Dr. Eric had to go, but we still remain.
Facts.
And we got reactions for you.
So first off, we got Adam22 from No Jumper deletes his own live podcast after his pedo hunter guest exposed him for his alleged past pedo ways.
I wonder if this is real. You know, Adam was out here trying to get my little bitches.
So Adam is apparently a pedophile. Let's see what's going on.
Oh my God. He got a daughter. 21? And a 16-year-old? That's not that bad, though. 21 to a
It's
16-year-old?
not that bad, but she's underage, so it's considered by society to be bad.
I'm here on business. You was talking to a girl, you was 16. I mean, she was 16, you was 23.
You're on business.
What you talking about?
I'm gonna expose you on your platform,
I
nigga.
swear.
You was on the phone.
He was 23, she was 16.
16-year-old girl. Why am I talking to a 16-year-old girl?
It got worse. He said 21, now it's 23. Sheesh. Adam was out here, no jumping.
What?
He was out here busting buckets with no jumping.
I'll be a hypocrite if I don't like the situation.
Valid or not, woman from the Philippines gives her reasoning on why she acts black.
Before you play this, what is your feeling on people who are not black acting black?
Culture vultures, man.
Cause you think that black is the real, ain't it? We the real. Everybody want to be like us, bruh.
Definitely.
Everybody want to act black.
Either
No, nigga, we not your monkey.
either you hate us or you love us. Or, you know, some people try to imitate us.
Ain't nobody hate us, bro. They just jealous.
True?
They just jealous.
True.
Cause we are a very expressive race and we have culture. We're not boring.
Exactly.
Stop face tracking.
Why you act like a black woman, everyone wants to imitate them. Well, let me give you a Philippine lesson, my friend. We Filipinos have black African blood. That is correct. And that's why many of us Filipinos have curly hair, have dark skin, have big nose trail like mine, and big lips like mine. And if you see that I have a black woman attitude, that means I have a black African blood. And therefore, that makes me a black woman. And since I am a Bisaya girl, that means I have a strong black African blood. And we Bisaya people, especially the girls, we have very strong African blood. Okay? So now you know we are sister, even if you deny it.
We have strong African blood.
Yeah. I kind of feel like she give off some black vibes.
Hey man, I have a feeling I'm gonna marry a Filipino woman. They're black. They look ethnic. You know how I like exotic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've always had that in my
I feel
spirit.
like I'm going to end up marrying a Latino.
You mean Latina?
Latina.
Yes, because you can't be Latino. That's a nigga.
Latino.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
You're right.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
So next up, we got horrible. Man jumps from fourth
Oh.
story shopping mall balcony.
After his wife left him for another man. Hey.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Damn.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Niggas out here killing themselves.
No way. No way. Where did he do it? I can't see him.
Oh! Somebody! Oh!
What?
Somebody!
Oh, she trying to do CPR. Haha.
Oh! He's done. He's already hit his head.
Nah, he out of there. There's no recovering from that. Blood everywhere.
Long and short of the story. I didn't see when he dropped.
Nah, it didn't show when he jumped.
Why is they pumping? You're making it
They trying to do
worse.
CPR.
They're making it worse.
Yeah.
He's not.
They
coming
trying to
back
do
from-
CPR, but he's already dead.
There's no coming back from that.
Yeah. He out of there.
That boy said, "My wife left me. I'm going to die and kill myself."
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Anyways, this is why you gotta watch your surroundings. You gotta keep your head on the swivel, boy. You know what I'm saying? Dude gets robbed at gunpoint while looking at his phone.
In New York City.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Niggas that's always walking around looking at your phone all the time.
Soft ass nigga. Look at this nigga. This is exactly what my mama used to talk to me about as a jit. Look at this. Oh yeah. Yeah. Drop that shit, nigga. Drop that shit, nigga. Drop that shit, nigga. Yeah, nigga. He took that shit. Oh my god. He got out the car on his bitch ass. He's like, oh yeah, I spot a duck.
What?
Oh.
That was too easy. Too easy.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Yo.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Might well call him Spot him, got him.
Spot him, got him.
Got herself a felony. Woman got pulled over for a broken tail light, and she kept making things worse for herself by the second.
Bro, when y'all get pulled over by the police, keep quiet, man. You know how many tickets I walked away from by being quiet? Allegedly, bro.
This nigga funny.
Allegedly.
6 minutes? We ain't watching that.
No.
Hi, how you doing?
Was I speeding?
No, you weren't speeding. You don't have your back lights on.
My back lights?
Yeah, so like a lot
When
of
I
times.
brake?
No, like your tail lights just aren't on at all.
These are just auto lights. I don't really know how to fix that.
Can you go ahead and put the car in park
This is a
for me?
rental car. This isn't even mine. If you looked at my plates already, this is a rental
I
car.
mean, that happened to me
Do you have your
before.
license on?
I got a ticket for not having lights
Can you put
on
your car in park for me?
in a rental car, but it looked like the lights was on.
Oh, okay.
Shit crazy.
I don't have my state ID. I don't know if you can look it up.
Yeah, I can take down your name. Have you guys been drinking?
No.
No, nobody's been drinking at all?
She
Okay.
just got off at gym.
Okay. It smells like alcohol in the car, that's why I'm asking. Okay. So if
I don't have any alcohol in the car.
I know. I'm saying if you have been drinking, it smells like somebody's been drinking. They were just, you could tell that they were the ones on the one in the back seat's drunk for sure. And I tried to explain to the driver, I was like, somebody's been drinking in this car. And they're like, no, we haven't been drinking. So I'm just gonna see if she'll do some tests for me. Jada, you said you had nothing to drink tonight, right?
No.
Okay. Would
None
you
of
mind
us.
just doing a few tests for me to
None
see?
of us. But you pull me over for lights. Isn't that a warning?
No, it can be a ticket.
I've gotten pulled over for my lights not being on, and I've sworn every
Yeah,
time that's a warning.
it's a violation, so you can write somebody a ticket for it. Like I said, I want to, like I said, I can smell the odor of alcoholic beverage coming from
But
inside
you
your
pulled
guys'
me over
car.
for lights.
Yes, that's still a valid reason to stop you.
Really?
Yeah.
I just looked it up on my phone.
Okay, what is it?
I can show you.
Okay.
It just said that.
I'm not in police training. I don't know the IBC or anything.
Can I show you? It just
show
told
me
that
what it is. It says you have to have 2 lights activated, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. And you're how old?
20.
20? Okay. All right.
Going to jail now.
You were at a party. You drank a little bit, though. Is that what you said? Okay. How much did you drink?
Not enough to be drunk.
Okay.
You're going to jail now.
Let's raise that foot up a little bit higher for me, okay? Thank you. Since you're under the age of 21,
okay,
you admitted to drinking to me.
Stupid ass little girl.
You have to blow absolute zeros to be able to drive, right?
So, I don't think, basically, I said everyone in this car has drank. I did not say to you that I have drank.
You literally just said that you drank.
I said everyone in this car.
You're going to jail now.
See how pause. Take notes. Take notes. Pause. Look at her crying. Hold on before she cries. Look, they're not your friend. They are not your motherfucking friend. These niggas will try to reassure you and try to talk all this shit. They are not your fucking friend. Shut the fuck up. Bruh, why you black people talk too much, bro? She shut the fuck up. It wouldn't have been none of this. Sorry, officer. Sorry. Hands on the wheels, looking scared. That nigga would have been like, yeah, like, let's let her go, bruh. Let's let her go.
Maybe.
And then she just act like, I just watched the George Floyd. I just got up.
They might let you go, but if it's a dickhead call, no matter what you say, they're gonna write you up.
I just watched the George Floyd video. Please don't let like, I don't want to So I don't want to end up on the news tonight, please.
Yeah. They might. If it's a dickhead call.
Oh, it's too late now because she talked too much.
Okay, I mean, if you absolutely can't hold it, we can make that work, I guess.
She can come with me, but I'm literally being my pants right now.
Bitch, you going to jail.
Alright, she can go with you. Just blow in this nice steady breath until it clicks, okay?
Yeah, click.
We're at a .103. Okay.
0.103, what does that mean? Under 0.8?
So that means you're over the legal limit.
Okay.
Okay, so you do have to be placed under arrest. I appreciate you being cooperative.
Can I blow again? Sorry.
You're going to get the opportunity to blow again when we get back to the police department. Okay?
Can I do it right now really quick? I didn't see it.
I just showed it to you.
I didn't look at it. I'm sorry I didn't see it.
No, we're gonna go back to the police department and then.
Am I allowed to do it one more time?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Can I do it right here, please? I'd like to see it because I didn't see it. Is it possible you can come pee with me again?
What's that?
I don't want a female officer to watch me. I don't want to pee my pants again. Will you come with me outside? You can follow me.
We're literally going to the police department. It's like a mile away.
I'm peeing on your seat.
Right now?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you definitely going to jail now. It's over with.
Hey, Six, we got one taking off on us. She's trying to drive away.
Get out of the car.
Get out of the car.
You're gonna get tased.
Get out of the car.
Okay.
You're gonna get fucking.
Okay.
Can't play the victim now. You already tried to get away. It's over with. Now you're going to have more charges. You a dumbass.
You slammed me on my chest.
Do you need the ambulance?
You need rescue?
Can you get an ambulance?
Was it worth it?
Dumbass whore.
I hope so.
Can I have my hat?
No.
I'm not allowed to have my hat?
No.
Why? That's why.
We're done trying to be nice to you.
But I'm asking
Especially
why.
after that you pulled.
But I'm asking why I can't have a hat.
Because I said so.
It's right there.
I tried to be
You're
nice
going
to
to
you.
jail now.
And my hat? I'm really just trying to cooperate. Like, I hope you know that. I know you already looked up my file. I went to U High. I'm a good kid. I'm not trying to play around because you tried like literally pulling me out of the car. And I know all about police brutality. I'm scared for my life that you're gonna shoot me.
You're trying that shit too late, bitch. You're trying that shit too late. It's too late. I would have said that from the very beginning. I watch videos of police brutality. Oh God,
Stupid
please.
asshole trying to gaslight.
I hope if any cop sees this video, this is just for entertainment purposes.
Stupid asshole trying to gaslight. You going to jail.
For sure.
Okay.
Because I will. Ooh, that's going to be interesting.
So when the ambulance gets here and when you walk over there, do not try to run because you will get
I'm not going to
tackled.
try to run. I'm going to tell them exactly.
I will tackle you if you run.
Okay, because you're white. That makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Notice how she said she wasn't going to tackle me?
She trying to play victim too late.
Stupid asshole that got straight out of jail and should have never tried to run.
What?
All they were gonna do is take her to the station, wait till she sober up, and let her go.
Bro, but that's like really, that's why they title it really bad choices.
Yeah.
She made one bad choice after the other. First, when she talked too much, right? They say it smelled like alcohol in the car. Did you guys have something to drink? Probably my friend in the back. That's why I'm the one driving. She was initially the one driving.
Exactly. Obviously, they could smell the alcohol. I just would have said it wasn't me.
Facts. No, she tried too late.
Yeah.
And then now when he want to come in and be like, oh, but you put me over for driving tickets. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, girl, I watched too much videos of police brutality. Please.
What?
I would have started giving the tears, nigga.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do, bro. But now you can't try that shit after you done
just
try to run. She was already in the police cruiser.
Yeah.
Made some excuse about having a piss.
Yeah.
Then running.
Exactly.
Then bite the nigga head. Then want to talk about police brutality.
What?
Bitch, you did all of that.
Too late, no?
Too late.
Yeah.
Anyways, on to the next video.
All that stretching for nothing. What made him think he could do that? All that stretching for nothing. Let's see. I bet this nigga probably tried to hit a flip.
Oh, God.
Either he finna try to hit a flip or he gonna try to jump over the gate and fail.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's all he about to do?
Oh my god.
I used to do that all the time as a jet. Use no hands, just jump straight over the gate. G shit. I used to play a lot of hide and seek.
You going too slow.
Oh! Somebody!
What?
Okay, it ain't turned out as bad as they made it seem. It ain't turned out as bad as they made it seem.
That shit went right through his nuts. I know he hurting.
Yeah. It wasn't as bad as they made it seem, though. Fuck, they ain't got no hang time.
What?
They ain't got no bunnies.
Oh, no.
19-year-old cries in the back of police car after she is caught trying to move $700,000 worth of heroin in Florida.
What?
First off, you're in the wrong state. Anybody who comes to Florida and does something crazy, your ass is getting hella time. Don't come to Florida doing
But
no
she's
dumb shit.
19, bro. They can't serve her a lot of time. She's too young.
Shit, me. You're over 18. Your ass is going to jail. You're going to prison. And this heroin, that. It's over with, baby girl. I'm sorry.
Is one of them you think you gonna marry in the end, Trip?
Not no stupid bitch like that.
Oh, no.
Not no stupid bitch like that.
Oh, for sure.
You're done. It's over.
Man, if I were her, I would start trying to strip, try to see if I could make something work out in the back.
It is over.
No, Trent. She could try to make something work.
$700,000 worth of heroin. You're done.
No, she could try to make something work.
You're done.
She could. You can't go home now. You got to take off your clothes and try to make something work. You got to hustle now, baby girl. Welcome to the real world.
You're done.
Trent says she done. But I think cops make shit like this work all the time. I think cops sweep shit like this under the rug all the time. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, you crying, regretting your life decisions? Welcome to the real world. It's time you...
Bonito, you're finished.
On the topic of guns, John Morant sits down with Jalen.
Ja! My nigga Ja! Shoot that far, nigga Ja!
John Morant sits down with Jalen Rose and denies it was his gun at the strip club.
Yeah.
That kind of make you sound even more pussy.
Pistol with that far, nigga Ja!
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Their conversation is new here on SportsCenter.
You're 23 years old. You're a superstar. You're one of
Facts.
the faces of the NBA.
Facts.
What has the last 10 or 11 days been like for you? And how are you doing?
Me personally.
Damn, his tape line gone. This how you know he was stressing.
What?
Many years, I'm in a space where I'm very comfortable.
He's like, damn, I'm about to lose the millions. I need to get humbled real quick.
They're already saying he possibly lost like 30 million just for that, doing that dumb
help me
shit.
manage that and release, all that stuff from my body.
When did you say, I'm gonna do this and it's necessary?
After I made a, terrible mistake, being inside the club and, went live, I put myself in, a bad position. And also, it's, my daughter. There's times where she even tell me if she's, had a bad day. And I feel like, if she can tell me that, then, I can be able to go and talk to somebody as well.
You at the spot, Shotgun Willie's. You are holding a gun. And we both know how dangerous that can be. Whose gun are you holding?
Well, the gun wasn't mine. It's not who I
That
am.
look away to the side, I don't know, bro. I don't think so, kid.
Responsibility, for my actions.
Media trained.
Bad mistake.
They was like, John, make sure you come in there looking rough and humble.
Damn right.
Come in there looking apologetic. No hairstyle. You can't look like you
that
just
nigga
a
walk that. I finesse these niggas.
What?
Ja has missed the Grizzlies' last
I think I made that look believable.
What?
He's eligible to return on Monday when Memphis hosts Dallas.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.
All right. Well, that was enough for Ja Morant. This is another good podcast, man.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? As you see in the art of self-care today, man. Hope y'all enjoyed that topic. Hope y'all learned something. Hope y'all tap in with Dr. E at everythingpt.com. Like I said, we tagged everything during that discussion. And that's another podcast, man. Blog Gang Talking. Gang Talking episode 45, man. With your boy T-Raw.
And J Stu.
Yes, sir.
We out.
We out.